Okay, so I haven't done a video in a little while, and I sat down and I started doing my makeup, and I was going to do a tutorial on this kind of like Valentine's look that I came up with. And while filming it, I kind of decided that I was going to talk about something else. But I will do a tutorial on this look if anybody cared to know how I did it. The eyeliner is actually quite a bit thicker than I wanted it to be, but the rest of it I'm really happy with how it turned out. Got some red and some brown going, and it's very Valentine's looking to me. But I did decide that I wanted to talk about something a little bit different, a little bit more serious that's been going on with me, which is partially what prompted me to start making these videos anyway. I have been rather stressed out since December. At the beginning of December, I got married, which most people know. And then towards the end of December, I actually was feeling really sick after we got back from our honeymoon in Jamaica. And I couldn't really figure out like why I didn't feel well, so I was going to the doctor, and as it turned out, my gallbladder was not working properly, so I had to have surgery to have it removed, and ended up finding that I also had a hernia and also several ulcers. So I just was having a lot of stomach issues, and still kind of am. So then I also was struggling at work, I guess probably because I was out so much being sick, and then also with the wedding, that I was really behind and just really struggling at work to catch up, and then also just struggling being there because of being sick and not feeling well. Also just kind of questioning my purpose, if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing in life, what God has for me to do. Just didn't really know if I was there, and I think that while I was planning my wedding, I wasn't really that focused on it. But then once the wedding was over and the honeymoon was over, and then being sick and being behind, it just had me questioning like whether or not I was doing what I'm supposed to be doing in life. I think that I'm good at what I do, and most of the time I enjoy what I do for work, but it can get stressful. It can get stressful trying to help people who sometimes just they don't want the help. So anyway, that's all I'll say about that. But I was feeling stressed, but I don't think as stressed as I actually was. So I have alopecia areata. It's an autoimmune disorder, autoimmune disease that causes your immune system to attack the hair follicle. So due to my severe stress, it has triggered a response in my body that makes my body attack my hair follicles, and as a result, my hair has fallen out in circular patches, about 3 spots in the back of my head. So obviously the way to prevent that from happening or stop it from happening is to de-stress, but having your hair fall out in big patches is pretty stressful. Only people like really close to me kind of know that that's going on with me. It has happened once before, and it was about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was before I got the job that I have now. It was after I graduated from college, and I was job searching and living at home with my parents. I graduated from college, and excuse me, got an alarm going off. Living at home with my parents, and it just seemed like I was never going to find a job. I applied to so many places. I was teaching dance on Fort Rucker, which I absolutely adored, but I just knew that it wasn't going to be sustainable as like something that I could do and move out and live. I mean, it was okay if you were living with somebody or sharing bills, but there was just no way. And I was working at H&R Block at the front desk and trying to maintain an internship with juvenile probation. And I just, I wasn't happy at that point in my life. I felt like I had worked really hard, but it wasn't getting me anywhere. Um, so anyway, bef- right after I got this job that I have now, this I had the same kind of stressors, I guess, going on, and my body reacted the same way. There are treatments. There's three different types of alopecia. That it's alopecia areata, alopecia totalis, I think, and alopecia universalis. I think it's the three different types. Alopecia areata is where your hair falls out in circular patches in certain portions of your body. It's unlikely, and it's a very low percentage of people who actually lose their hair all over their head, which I believe is totalis. I should have pulled it up. I don't want to give out the wrong information, but the other two types is where your hair will fall out like all over your head, and the other is where it will fall out like all over your body, like you lose all of your hair. Those two types are very, very rare. Not that many people have them. The hair typically grows back on its own eventually, but obviously having missing patches of hair in your head is kind of depressing. I had the treatment, or one of the treatments that they have. They do steroid shots, topical like corticosteroid creams, and then they also have a pill form that is much less likely used, or much less used, excuse me, just because it apparently has like a lot of side effects or something like that. I didn't really read about what side effects that it has. I just know that it does have a lot of side effects, so they don't typically prescribe that one as much. So I did get the shots, and they will usually give them to you right in the area that you have hair loss. So I got shots in each of the areas that there is hair loss going on. And you just, from my understanding, continue getting them until it responds. And you get them every 4 to 6 weeks. So I will have to go back and have some more. I've only had one round. Last time I want to say that it took 3 or 4 rounds before my hair responded. Interesting, though, it did grow back, but as you can see, the section that grew back is a different texture than the rest of my hair. So it grew back very, very straight, and it's also very fine. It doesn't feel like the rest of my hair. I guess because it's so new, it is going to say, or this, I was told that because it's very new, that it will be like this, and that maybe eventually it will go to be the same texture and like curly like the rest of my hair, but it's not guaranteed. So the other portions, as long as they respond to treatment, will probably grow straight and fine as well. But maybe one day it will curl like the rest of my hair. I guess it's better to have some hair than no hair at all. So anyway, I found that a way to de-stress is to kind of make these videos and do makeup and talk about things that I really, really enjoy in life. So that's why I decided to sit down and talk about this. I don't know if anybody else is dealing with something like this, or if they have in the past. And I hope that somebody would find comfort in that. They're not the only person going through this. Also, if you have gone through it, comment down below and let me know your story about how it happened, and if it responded to treatment, if it didn't, if anybody has any home remedies or anything like that they know of that might help speed up the growth process or stop the shedding. I'm still having a lot of shedding, which probably means that there's going to be another spot, or at the very least one of the spots or a couple of them might be getting bigger. I mean, like when I'm in the shower, it just kind of, is coming out. I didn't really notice that much like hair loss until I knew that the spots were there. So I could just be being paranoid and think that I'm still like losing a lot of hair, but it's just more hair than normally comes out in the shower and all. And I'm trying to prevent myself from being upset by it, and I'm paying that much attention to it, and know that, you know, I do have the appointment set up. I do have the treatments already, so hopefully the area will respond to it. Um, anyway, like I said, if you've ever dealt with alopecia areata, I'd love to hear about it. If you have any home remedies that would help with it, I'm open to try natural things. I like natural stuff, so I would definitely like to try. Um, Also, like I said, if anybody would be interested in this kind of Valentine's look that I came up with, I'd do a video on that as well if you'd let me know. Um, anyway, I've started some water to boil to make some dinner for my hubby, so I should probably get going. But anyway, comment, let me know. All right, bye.